A multi-tiered system of support is vital in making sure that every student gets what they need to be successful at school.
There are decades of research that have outlined the success of a multi-tiered system of support.
It's all about bringing behaviour and learning together.
Multi-tiered systems of support, MTSS, is an internationally proven whole school framework for differentiating learning, wellbeing and discipline. It informs the department's approach, detailed in the Student Learning and Wellbeing Framework, the P-12 Curriculum Assessment and Reporting Framework and the Student Code of Conduct. In part 2 of our series, Challenging Ideas about School Discipline, we hear from school communities who are using MTSS to improve supports and achieve sustainable improvements for every student.
Our Tier 1 positive behaviour for learning is all about our values and instilling our values in the playground, in the public, in the community, and as well as in our classroom.
And it's not so much a reactive approach, it's more a preventative approach. So instead of reacting to a problem when it arises, it addresses the problem before it gets to that stage in the first place.
There's so much clarity around what we have with our expectations for our students. They're very well aware of our 3 Rs, so respectful, responsible and ready, at Burdett State High School, and just being able to have that consistent approach throughout the whole school.
So the way that it works in our school is that once a week at a consistent time, every single student is explicitly taught the exact same rule. So they're taught the rule, they are given examples and non-examples, they get a chance to practice it, they get feedback.
Even though we're working with high school age students, it's still very important to understand that we need to teach our students the expected behaviours and that all teachers have that responsibility in our school and all students have the ability to behave.
Yeah, I'm the behaviour advisory teacher here at Burdett State High School. So part of my role is actually providing support to teachers in regards to setting up their classroom management practices.
And the behaviour management strategies, we invest a lot in staff because I think that's really key to managing your well-being in this day and age.
Once a student becomes really heightened and their prefrontal cortex is down, they're not able to listen and follow instructions in the way that we want them to in that moment. So it's really important that we come in with a calm approach and that we help them to co-regulate.
We're looking for more alternatives than just a suspension or a student disciplinary absence.
Having that early intervention is, I think, critical for some of our children. It is really important to try and see those little triggers before it escalates.
And it's around us, I guess, recognising some of those barriers and things that are in place for them and how we can remove them to best support them to engage in their learning.
We have a range of Tier 2 support programs that support a range of students. In our social skilling space, we have Kokoda and Growing Mentally Tough Teens, and they're run by skilled staff.
The teachers getting involved and saying, well, here are some strategies that you could do to manage your behaviour, or we have certain programs that help students become more involved with high school.
Since we've implemented our student engagement plans, our major behaviours have declined.
Because those plans are shared between teachers and teacher aides, every staff member knows what the plan is for that student.
Whenever we're looking at an intervention for a student, we always make sure that we're consulting with the student and with the family.
I've learned the pause strategy, so now every time we both get a bit frustrated or cranky with each other, we take that 3 seconds to pause, breathe, think about it, and then come back in and we work together, don't we?
And sometimes I say in my head, think of nothing and just breathe.
And from that data from one school, we problem solve. So we sit together as a team and we develop strategies about how we can eliminate a particular issue.
It's really good knowing that I can have a place that I can go to, so I can have like my own time if something bad's happened.
If this wasn't here, you wouldn't have a child like that child that I work one-on-one with. He would not be able to sit in a classroom. He would not be able to be engaged in his work now. He'd be sent home. He would be suspended. And it would be because there's no understanding of what his needs are.
So it
takes 3 to 5 years to implement the universals across a whole school effectively.
It's incredibly important that the whole school understands the importance of that foundation level of multi-tiered system of support. It's crucial. The better that we can get that level of support, the stronger our Tier 2 and Tier 3 interventions can be.
Some students will be taught once and they'll get it. Some kids will need to be taught a number of times. Some kids will need someone to walk alongside them one-on-one and to have that reteaching and reinforcement again and again and again.
So the Tier 2 and 3 supports are mostly run by our student services team.
Any support you're putting in place, you need to consider the function of that student's behaviour. Once we understand why they're doing what they're doing, what it is they're trying to either access or avoid, we can look at how we can give it to them in a more socially appropriate way.
Once we've identified what support's required, we then really closely monitor our data during that intervention and also after to ensure that there's that effectiveness.
A majority of state primary, special and secondary schools use multi-tiered systems of support. When implemented with fidelity, schools see sustained improvement in educational achievement as well as enhanced wellbeing and engagement of students. Staff also benefit from safer working environments and the surety that comes from knowing that they and their students will be supported at all levels and situations across the school. Use the QR code to find out more about MTSS and implementing positive behaviour frameworks. You can also access support from your Regional Principal Advisor, Positive Behaviour for Learning.